Hi guys! Today I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine that I have been using a lot for school. So this is the exact routine that I have been doing for at least like 2-3 weeks or something like that. So this is the end result. Really basic, nothing like special or new or anything like that. But I know that I really like to know people's like irregular routines when it comes to makeup, because first of all it shows what products they really like that they use on the regular, and second of all, an everyday makeup routine is kind of an important makeup routine because we're doing our makeup almost every single day, a lot of us anyway, so it's really inspiring to see what others apply on their face on an everyday basis. So yeah, if you want to see how I did this everyday makeup routine, then just keep on watching. Oh, feels good to be makeup free on camera, about to apply some makeup. It has been a while. So first I just want to say, before I'm applying all of this, I moisturize my skin. It's important. So I have just applied moisturizer, eye cream, and lip balm. That's quick and easy, and that's something you should do in your daily makeup routine before you're doing your makeup. And when that is all done, I'm going to jump straight onto foundation. The everyday foundation I have been loving as of lately has been the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I'm sure that you have heard of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Original. That one is really different from this one, but the things that are really similar between the two is that they are both really long wearing. This is just a lighter, everyday appropriate version of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is an expensive foundation, and I understand that people might not want to use a high-end expensive foundation as their everyday foundation, and that's totally cool. Use whatever foundation you love. So yeah, I'm going to apply this with a beauty blender, and no, this is not super dirty. This is just a nude beauty blender. I have this in the shade 0.5, which is the lightest shade in the range. So I am just applying this with my beauty blender using like dabbing motions. Okay, so now that I have blended that onto my skin, as you can see, it has evened out my skin tone beautifully. You can still see some of my breakouts through and some of the redness, but that is something you can fix with a concealer. And yeah, it's not as matte as the original Estee Lauder, so it has more like a skin finish, if you know what I'm saying. It's not dewy, but it's not like matte. It's like the skin-like texture or finish to it. But yeah, as we were talking about concealer, I'm going to move on to concealer, and I have been talking about my favorite concealer, which is the Bare Skin by Bare Minerals, and I actually got a new one in a lighter shade. I had the shade Light, but I wanted the shade that is the lightest, which is Fair, because this I can highlight with, hopefully. So this is brand new, but I know that I love this from before. Obviously, I'm just gonna get it up. So first off, I want to hide my dark circles. Like, that's the first priority. I'm just gonna draw a triangle-like shape. Make sure that I get into the very inner corners because that's where I am the darkest. And then I also want to hide the redness on my nostrils. I'm also a little bit red on the bridge of my nose. And then I have a couple of breakouts, and I can use this shade because I see that it's not too light to hide breakouts. I'm just kind of applying it in the T-zone, and then I'm going to blend that out with a beauty blender as well. Just like that, and now you can see my base looks really flawless, but it still looks natural, which is key. So next up, we're going to set that concealer and the rest of my foundation, and I'm going to use a translucent powder. I'm going to use the RCMA No Color Powder. This packaging is really not convenient at all. So I have put this powder into this container. This is a container to another translucent powder that I got empty of, so I just put this into here so it's easier to bring with me, you know? But just so you know, it's the RCMA No Color Powder that I'm using. So first off, I'm going to kind of bake my concealer. I don't like baking because I am so dry. But I like to kind of use my beauty blender in the same method to push the powder into my skin and not leave it on there. So I'm going to take my damp beauty blender into the translucent powder, quite a lot on there, and then I'm going to just dab it right where I want it, all until it's gone. The reason why I like this method is because it's the one method that doesn't dry out my skin like baking does, where you leave it on, leave the powder sitting on your face, but it also doesn't make my concealer crease. And when that is done, I'm going to set the rest of my face with the same powder because it's easy, and I'm not gonna do like a heavy layer of powder like I did with my under eyes. I'm just gonna set it lightly so the tackiness of the foundation is gone. So I'm going to dip my huge powder brush, this is by Real Techniques, into the container, just boop, and then I'm going to take the cap and kind of swirl it around into the cap, and then I'm just gonna and then dab it into my skin. Don't like rub, just like dot it in, or dab, not dot, dab. And this will just set the foundation, so any other powder products that you apply on top will glide on better, and also it will make your foundation stay on even a little bit longer. As you can see, I look white as a ghost and flat as paper, so we want to warm up the skin and also put some dimension back into the face. So next I'm going to apply some bronzer, my absolute favorite bronzer ever that I have been using non-stop for, I don't know, a month, 2 months, I don't know anymore. This is the NARS Laguna bronzer. I just can't stop using it. I'm going to apply this with the MAC 135 brush, and I'm going to lightly sweep it on my cheeks and then on my temples and just the top of my forehead right here, and then just a little bit on my jawline. Like that. As you can see, hopefully, I have more dimension to the face and I have more warmth to my face. Next up for me is blush, and this is to simply just put some color back into my face, and I feel like that is especially important when you are focusing on the skin makeup and your makeup is kind of natural. So the blush that I have been using a lot is Modern Mandarin by MAC. I love these like orangey peachy blushes, they're my favorite, and I have been using this and Peaches by MAC back and forth. So I'm just taking an angled brush, this is the 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek brush, and then I'm going to swipe it on the apples of my cheeks and kind of just blend it in with the bronzer. Next up for me is highlight. So my favorite highlighter as of lately has been the Sleek highlighting palette in Solstice. This is affordable and it's one of the best highlighters ever, and I like to mix these two shades together. I feel like highlighter gives your face even more dimension and some like life to your face. Like I feel like highlighter is necessary for me at least. So I'm going to take my favorite highlighting brush, which is the 134 Luxe Powder Fusion by Zoeva. This highlighter in particular is really intense, and it all depends on how natural or how intense you want it. I like my highlight to be really intense. I don't mind if it looks like I have highlighter on, you know? But, you know, that's personal preference, so you can do whatever you want. I'm first highlighting on the tops of my cheekbones. As always, I really like to apply some above the arch of my eyebrows. And then, as always, on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, just in the dent right here, and on my cupid's bow. The next thing I'm going to do is fill in my eyebrows. I'm not going to include that in this video. We all do our brows differently and it's really boring to watch. But I'm going to show you what I use on my brows, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe. I apply that with my favorite angle brush, which is the number 7 mini duo brush by Anastasia as well. And then I always set my brows with the Anastasia clear brow gel. I love all of these. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows and I'll be right back. And my brows are on. Such a difference. You gotta do your brows. Like, whatever you do, do your brows. So yeah, the next step is, to be honest, just mascara. Like for every day, I don't wear eyeshadow, I don't do anything fancy, I focus on the skin, and then my eyes are just like mascara. So I'm not gonna like fake it and sit here and like, yeah, put this into your crease and blah 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 to make it more fancy and interesting. But I'm just gonna say that if you want more dimension to your eyes, a tip I have for you is taking a big blending brush, swipe it into your bronzer, just like apply it like that, lightly into the crease. I'm not gonna like do it all the way, but just like to demonstrate. Take your pinky finger and your highlighter and apply some of that into your inner corners. And that's like 2 easy steps that I did in like, what, 20 seconds? Or you can apply some eyeliner or whatever you want. But I am just gonna apply some mascara. So first, I always curl my lashes. That is really important. And then I'm going to apply some mascara, and I'm using my favorite, which is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. It gives me the best result out of any mascara I've ever used. It makes my lashes really long, really thick, and it stays on through everything. Like it stays on all day without smudging, smearing, crumbling, anything like that. Lastly, I have lips. You can keep it real simple and just have chapstick on. Right now I'm using the Burt's Bees one in the flavor grapefruit, I think. Just a really good moisturizing lip balm. And you can also amp it up but keep it really basic with a nude lip. That's what I'm gonna do. Or if you want it to be more exciting and not so basic and boring, you can do a bold lip, like a red or like a dark lip or something like that. And if you're doing something after school that you feel like you have to kind of get dressed up for a little bit more, but you don't have the time to redo your makeup, just bring a bold lip like a red or something, slap it on there, and hey, you look so much more fancy. But like I said, I'm going to stick to a nude today, and my favorite nude as of lately has been the Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Stripped. So I'm just gonna apply this. I don't bother with lighting my lips. You can do that if you feel like that's easier, but to make it quick and easy, I'm just gonna apply it straight on without any lip liner. Like that. And lastly, real quick, I like to apply a setting spray just to make sure that the powder settles into my skin so it looks more natural and not so like matte and powdery, if you know what I'm saying. And the setting spray I'm using today is the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. If you have combination to oily skin, you should use the All Nighter because that makes your makeup stay on for a lot longer. And that's the finished look. This is how I look like every day. So this is my everyday look for school, or just like if I don't want to do my makeup real special and I want it to be quick and easy, I do this routine. And another thing that I love about this routine and this look is that it stays on for so long because of the products that I used. I know for every day a lot of these products, like most of these products, are really expensive, but you can definitely find alternatives. Just use whatever you prefer and that you like and that you find works for you. The purpose of this video is more so to inspire you and for you to find new products to try out. And you know, all of these products are amazing. That's why I'm using them, even if they're expensive. So yeah, I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, then click like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!